Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, we are back here in Nier. We've got some new notices today, and the maintenance, as I mentioned in my last video, is announced for May 19th, and that's going to be between 5 and 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. And then we have a new announcement which just came up, and it looks like we are getting more Mythic Slab tabs. My favorite kind of tabs. And it looks like this is going to be an event centered around Demios. I love Demios. He's a great character. All right, let's see what we got here. So we are going to receive a new story for Demios. We're probably going to receive a new 3-star costume for him as well. This does look pretty cool. Just aesthetically, everything looks great in this game. All right, so the more difficult the quest, the more City of Discontent medals you will earn as rewards. Okay, so this is going to be a shop where you go and you exchange medals, it looks like. Or maybe it will be one of the summons. Let's see. Maybe it said it and maybe I just missed it. All right, so the more equipment you have, there will be a banner that comes out with this, I'm sure. And if you pull on the banner and get any of the units with their weapons or any of the weapons that are on the banner, then you will typically receive extra medals from each of your runs, which is more efficient, but it just user mileage may vary. If you don't want to pull on a banner, then don't pull on a banner. Most of us are still hot and bothered over Final Fantasy XIV right now, and as I get more gems, I'm going to be continuing to invest into that banner. I actually am going to try and make it to pity this time around. There is one thing I'm going to bring up though, and this is something I haven't mentioned yet. Every 28th of the month, typically for 2 days, is what is called Nier Day in this game. And if any returning or newer players are coming into this, always set aside 10,000 gems for the 28th of the month. If you do anything else, unless you absolutely have to pull on a banner, always set aside, because what happens is the banners typically, this hasn't always been the case. I think there's been one exception, and there was actually one that was better than Nier Day, which was incredible, and I didn't have enough gems to do all of it, but regardless, Nier Day typically is 10,000 gems. That's what you need, and you get 5 steps, 10 steps, or 5 step up, 10 steps. And so you get to run that 5 times. That means you get 50 units, or 50 pulls, which is amazing. You don't always get units. Most of the time you don't get units. But you get 50 pulls. You have a really good chance of getting some 4-star equipment and costumes. And I've actually had some incredible pulls off my Nier Day pulls. But the best part about it is that if you do all 5 steps, you get 10 advanced handbooks. So that's basically 10,000 gems for 10 advanced handbooks. Anyone who's played this game knows you need 10 advanced handbooks to do 1 awakening of any given costume. And that is one of the bottlenecks in this game. You have your Black Pearls, and you have your advanced handbooks for your characters and your weapons. You have your Zenith Brilliance for your EX weapons. And there's a few other things that go with the Dark God and whatnot, but that's neither here nor there. So always save 10,000 gems for Nier Day. Just do it. You will not regret it. It's worth it. So let's close out of this real quickly. One more thing that we can do here before we go to bed and not just bore ourselves with announcements. I have not done all of my dark missions. So if there was a time where you wanted to farm Zenith Brilliance, this is the best way to do it. And there's a few things I don't like, and I hate that this is the best way to farm Zenith Brilliance. So you go to the first stage, the one that I'm highlighting right now, because you have the same drop rate of Zenith Brilliance, or just a rare drop in general. It won't have to be a Zenith, but you really want the Zenith because the other ones you can pick up in the Dark Coin shop, which is this guy right over here. You go down to your exchange, go over here, Dark Coins, and you can see I have a lot of Dark Coins right now. I actually have enough to pick up a Zenith Brilliance, or just about. But you never spend 100,000 dark coins on a single Zenith Brilliance. Just don't ever do it. All of these other items, they're useful. Just don't ever spend 100,000. I actually moved away from spending a lot on Zenith and moved to Black Pearls whenever I can get them, because I have enough of my dark memory quests or my dark memory characters to where I'm really slow burning the rest of these guys. But just to show you how this works, we go into our easiest setting, and I'll just go ahead and speed this up when we get in there. But then we just click start. We do the first 2 waves. So when the 3rd wave is revving up and the boss is coming up, you hit the button at the top right, and you'll see it here. And you're waiting. Sometimes you'll see those drops, and if you see a purple drop, that is a rare drop. Okay, so let's let them finish up this wave. This will go very quickly. Okay, now you got the button at the top right here. We got our boss. We don't want to kill our boss too quickly, so I want to press it right now. Now you see up there under the purple, we've got 2 white, 3 yellow, 0 purple. So what we do at this point, we do not have a rare drop. You're not going to get a rare drop from the boss. You click quit. We're going to lose the 15 stamina, which sucks. But when you're farming Zenith, this is, I hate this so much. This is the most efficient way to farm Zenith. And you can do this as much as you want, but it's not something that I've seen that you can do with a macro, because there has to be that human insight. And so you have to see that there is or is not a rare drop. So you just keep doing this guy. And this is for when you have some spare time. I mean, if you're really going gung-ho on the Zenith, and again, you really should get at least a few of the dark memory costumes. Lavania, great. Lars, great. A few others, great. I got Fio to give Lavania her fists, which are really, I think they're really awesome for him, because they also give 20% crit rate. Nope, we're quitting out of that. They also give a 20% crit rate because Lavania doesn't have any built-in crit like A2 does or some of the other characters do. He has really high attack, he has really high stats, but he doesn't have that built-in crit rate, so you have to sacrifice a little bit on the memoir side. So that was the reason why I did Dark Fio, or Dark EX Fio. And she's actually not a bad character. I think that she has the highest defense in the game. So if we look at her stats just side by side with the other characters, and we can maybe do that after this, but just to kind of give you an idea, the EX costumes are going to have, generally speaking, not necessarily higher attack, but they're going to have higher HP and defense than pretty much any of their costume counterparts. There are a few exceptions to this. Mocha Joe's new costume from the Final Fantasy XIV collaboration has, I think, the highest hit points in the game. And it is significantly higher than, I believe, his EX costume. So I'm going to go ahead and back out of this. That was just a few runs just to give you an idea of how that looks. That's the best way to do it. Now, when you're going into, you see I have only 2 unlocked on Rion here, but if I go over to Gale, I've got 3 unlocked because I've fully awakened her weapon and gotten her EX costume. So you can see that down here. Now, if we go over here to our weapons, let's go to an EX weapon that I have not EX'd yet. And let's go down to Goblin Town. Where did I go? What have I done? Who am I? What am I doing? Okay. Is this one of them? No, that is definitely not one of them. My goodness. Oh. Okay, so this is something that I couldn't, that tripped me up at first. When you first get the EX weapons, they're actually going to be 3-star. This is actually Griff's EX weapon. Okay. And if we go over here, I believe this is Shiny Lucid Boost, Shiny Recovery Rescue. Yeah, this is Rion's, and this is cool because it revives dead allies. That's a neat ability. And I haven't gone for Rion at all yet. So, and I think this is Sirius. Divine Staff 1, Divine recovery times 4. That's not really interesting to me, honestly. Series doesn't look like it's very good. So I would have a choice right now between, honestly, if I was going to go for one, it would be Griff, Akaha's weapon, which is a cool PvP sword, or this staff. And I really don't have any staffs. Griff's weapon is cool because it has a lot of attacks. So if you go down here, times 4 combo, and increases agility by 21% for 15 seconds. That is nice, especially for PvP. And then you got this other one here, which is also a 4-hit combo. So when you're building combos, this is good for arena and subjugation, because on wave, I think it's 1, you're trying to build combos. So you've got 2 attacks from this guy that have each 4-hit combos. All right, increases damage by 26%. That is really good. But I think that I've just got a lack of staff. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and enhance this guy. So since this is a 3-star weapon right now, let's go ahead and evolve it. I've got 2 Zenith Brilliance currently right now. So I'm going to go ahead and evolve this guy a few times. Boom. All right, that takes it to stage 5. And you can see that up there. And you can see I just gained another star. Uh-oh. We're going into the story. I don't want to skip the story. Okay, so that was enhancing the weapons. I don't want to miss the story, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off right here. We're right about 11.5 minutes, and you saw a little bit about how to enhance. You saw a little bit about what to do with that, and you saw a little bit about the EX weapons, and we saw a little bit about the announcements. So we'll go from there, and I'm going to watch my story now. Peace out.